everybody, we are back with another Halo Flashpoint video. And that's right, the Halo Flashpoint app is out, as you can see right here in this little button down the bottom. I don't know if you can see my mouse, probably not, but it is there. So this can be found on the Halo Flashpoint website. And we're just going to go through and see some of the features. I haven't got the paid version of the app yet, as it's still a bit buggy. And I didn't think I should get it until they fixed the problems. But we're going to look at what we can do right now. So you click onto the page, and you can see there's a few different things you can do. So at the top, we'll go through the different tabs. First up, My Collection. So this is a kind of cool feature where you can go through and you can click or unclick the models you currently own along the Halo Flashpoint releases. So as you see, I've humble brag clicked all of them as I've currently bought all models. That's right. I love Halo Flashpoint. The Fireteam Phoenix, the special edition models aren't here, but I guess that kind of makes sense because they're just alternate poses of these first four. But I think it'd be kind of cool if there was some sort of secondary button where you could click the alternate pose versions. But that's a pretty simple feature of the website. Then we are on to the Force list. So this is where you can make various fire teams for your gameplay. As I haven't got the paid subscription, I am limited to only one list. If you have the paid version, you have any number of lists, but I've only got one, and it is the one-man chief list, as I did in my video the other day. You can see it is one-man chief. It's a UNSC list. Its points value is 200 out of 200. It has 2 models. Ratio for the list is 0-0-0. Wins, draws, losses. It is currently a valid list, and I can delete it if I want. We'll go through the list building a little bit. As you can see, the locked content is the part you have to pay money for, so you don't get keywords or anything like that. You don't even get model stats, but you do get the basic weapons it is equipped with. First, at the top, you can see the commands, orders, and the weapons. If you click them, it doesn't actually tell you what they do until you pay for the versions. But this is where you buy your upgrades and your extra command dice and things like that. Then down here, you've got your grenades and your items. So yeah, you can get grenades and things. Then below that, you've got your various weapons and things. So I think a thing to note, and a piece of confusion for players, is they said, oh, you can't assign weapons to models. And technically, you don't actually buy weapons for models. You buy weapons for your fire team. That's why it's set out like this, because that means between matches, you can actually switch the weapon depending on which model you want it to have. Then you go a bit lower, and then you've got a big list of all the different models you can currently take. And when you buy them, you can buy them with their combat knife if you want. And that's it. It is a pretty basic list builder. And that's it for the list builder. Like I said, it's pretty basic. Next up, you'll go to rules. So this basically has all the core rules from the original book. I think something to note is it doesn't have any of the errated information. So as people went through and read the rule book when it initially came out, there was some issues that was pointed out in some of the images and things. And I don't know if it's been updated with everything that was talked about and fixed, or even that like the spelling mistakes and things of that nature have been fixed. But other than that, it is a pretty good help for people, as you can just search it up as you play. So you can search up pin, and then you go to pinned, and there it is. Parts in blue are things that you have to spend extra money for. So you don't get the rules for like total control or attrition because they are premium content, so you have to pay for subscription for those rules. But I guess a good thing about it is if you go to here, organized play, it does have the rules for some tournament versions of game modes. So like Oddball Reloaded is kind of a update to the rules for Oddball because the original Oddball wasn't very competitive. And so this kind of rehashes the rules a little bit. At the bottom, you have FAQs, which was, just answering various questions people had. Then below that, you'll have erratas and changes. So this should be a comprehensive list of all the changes that come to the game. I'm going to do a little video about this in a little bit, so I'll leave that for now. Then on to the next tab, Organized Play. So this is where you will be able to make tournaments and things. I guess I'll make a fake tournament right now and see if I can not mess anything up. So you go create new tournament, type in a name, you type in how many points you want players to use, how many rounds it's going to be, you type in a date, 25/1/2026, and when you want people to submit lists, so 25/1/2026, so the day before is fine. You can then create a new event, say when it wants to be made, what country it's going to be in, and all this will turn up on the Find Events tab on the next tab. So I'll go to that now. So then you'll go to Find Events, and if you're keen-eyed, you could actually see the event that I have put up already. Brisbane, Queensland, Operation Jerome, May 4th. And it's got It's got most of the details here. So it says what the address is going to be, how much. It's got everything I already put in when I made the tournament in Organized Play. Once you do this, you also get a submit tournament URL from the Organized Play tab, and then that's where players can submit their lists for the tournament. Next tab is global rankings. So if you've taken part in an official tournament using the Organized Play tab, when you play, people will be able to submit their points and things. And then at the end of the day, this will give you a total points ranking, which is pretty cool. This is where your service record and things will show up. As you can see, mine's currently empty as I've not done any tournaments thus far. That's the basic functionality of the app as it is at the moment. You can click the subscribe now and you can subscribe if you want. It does give you a quick rundown of all the things you can do and all the things you can't do unless you pay the actual $1.17, which will be about $1.17 for 3 months, they said. And then after that, it'll be $3. And that is $3 USD, so it's going to be a bit more in Australia. Well, I said it is a pretty handy little app for things like tournaments, and I think being able to reference some of the rules on your phone is handy, but I'll leave it up to you whether or not you think you want to pay the extra money to get the premium version. With that done, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe so I can make more videos for you. See you next time. Goodbye.